They had mocked Earth once, called a fledgling world, barely spacefaring, too emotional, too fractured to ever pose a threat. In the grand assembly of the Galactic Accord, Terrans had been tolerated, not respected, patronized with slow translations and diplomatic pity. The galaxy had spent centuries perfecting balance, compromise, peaceful containment. Earth didn't believe in containment. It believed in survival. When the Kexri Empire launched its surprise attack on Sector 9, home to the Terran colonies of New Damascus, Helios Arc, and Rainwake Station, they did so with calculated malice. They struck at comms first, then at food supply routes. Civilians were dragged from vacuum shelters and executed for broadcast. Children were spaced in orbit as warnings. It was a message. Earth did not belong. It never had. In those early hours, the Terran outpost sent one final transmission, a distress ping encoded with Earth's military Level 7 priority. No one outside humanity knew what Level 7 meant. Most laughed. The Galactic Council held an emergency meeting, not to stop the Kexri, but to urge restraint. Words, platitudes, appeals to logic and protocol. But Earth never sent appeals. It sent judgment. 3 days later, the stars above Rainwake shimmered with unnatural distortion. Kexri fleets, confident in their victory, were basking in dominance. Their officers broadcast taunts on every open frequency. The Terrans squeal louder than they fight, Admiral Zoran had declared. Then the light broke. It wasn't a wormhole, not like theirs. It wasn't slipstream or gravfold. The space simply parted. A breach opened in silence, and from it emerged something that didn't glide or coast like their ships. It loomed. Designation: TSV Deliverance. Earth's first classified dreadnought. A ship that hadn't been seen before, because Earth had never needed to show it. The hull alone spanned 10 kilometers, matte black with fracture lines glowing blue like magma under skin. Not sleek, not elegant, brutal, angular, ugly, functional. Its surface bristled with modular weapon bays and no visible windows. It did not communicate. It didn't signal. It simply arrived. The Kexri laughed. At first, they sent 3 interceptors. Deliverance did not fire. It just turned fractionally, and the interceptors disintegrated mid-flight. Not exploded. Not damaged. Unmade. Their atoms peeled apart like tissue under radiation. Silence again. Then Earth's voice spoke. Only once. A single message, broadcast on every channel in a dozen dialects. This is Earth's final response. You are not ready for what comes next. Stand down. Or vanish. Admiral Zoran mocked the transmission and ordered a full offensive. 5 cruisers for dreadnoughts and over 80 support ships advanced on the Terran vessel. Deliverance waited. Still, watching. Then, with no warning, Earth's battleship activated a new kind of war. A wave rippled out, not visible, not thermal, but real. Kexri command systems began to seize. Their ship AI screamed in error. Targeting arrays looped nonsense. Shields overloaded in reverse polarity. And then the weapons activated. No one knows what kind of arsenal Deliverance carries, because every shot it fired left nothing behind. No debris. No energy trace. A cruiser approached on the left. Deliverance flickered, and that cruiser was gone, as if deleted from the timeline. A dreadnought tried evasive action. Its engines reversed, crushed inward, and the entire ship folded into itself like in collapsing under pressure. In 12 minutes, 42 ships were erased. No Terran casualties. Across the galaxy, live feeds streamed what little could be recorded. The Council demanded Earth cease its aggression. Earth did not reply. Every remaining Kexri ship retreated. Not a tactical withdrawal. A panic. Deliverance followed. It didn't chase. It drifted. And every system it passed through, every Kexri-held base, colony, weapon depot, it marked with a pinpoint of cold light. A mark. Hours later, each mark exploded into silent novas. Not fire. Not destruction. Absence. Then came the storm. A coalition of 17 species scrambled a peace fleet, not protect the Kexri. No one cared for them, but to prevent Deliverance from moving deeper into galactic space. They hailed Earth again. No response. So they fired. 5 fleets coordinated in perfect unison. High-grav torpedoes, spatial mines, pulse cannons. The barrage lit up local space like a false sunrise. For 20 seconds, Deliverance disappeared behind a wall of death, and then it emerged untouched. It hadn't even raised shields. What came next was not a battle. It was revelation. The stars themselves dimmed. Deliverance's core flared, and from its belly unfolded weapons that had no known equivalent. Some described them as sound, some as gravity, some as rage made physical. Ships imploded inward. Time fractured in pockets. Ships moved, then froze, then blinked out of sequence. Crew members aged decades in seconds or regressed a bone. The fleet broke in 1 minute. One species sent a full diplomatic surrender on a gold-encoded beacon. Earth sent no reply. It didn't need to. Deliverance simply stopped. Hovered in orbit over the last Kexari stronghold, the planet Bracketal, population 6 billion. The world buzzed with defenses, cities, orbital stations. Deliverance hung above it for 6 hours. Then it opened, a black ventral bay, kilometers wide, peeled back, and something fell from it. Not a weapon, a pod. It fell through orbit, ignored by panicking weapons. When it struck the capital, it didn't explode. It broadcasted a message in the Kexari tongue. You hurt our children. Then the city was gone. No flash, no crater, just gone. From the point of impact, a sphere of null expanded, erasing layers of civilization in absolute silence. No fire, just removal, a clean wound across the planet. In minutes, Bracketal became a shadowed husk, with ringed scars like burnt fingerprints across its surface. The planet didn't die. It was punished. The next morning, Deliverance turned and vanished into the same split in space from which it came. The galaxy sat in stunned silence. Within hours, Earth was no longer seen as a minor power. Within days, it was feared. The Galactic Council reconvened under emergency protocols to create new laws, Terran protocols. It was agreed, unanimously, that no species would interfere with Terran colonies again. Even Kexari survivors declared an end to hostilities. Their ruling caste collapsed. The rest begged for mercy Earth never formally offered. But Deliverance never responded. The ship vanished into the void again. Some say it waits, silent and cold, beyond the galactic rim. Some say it watches all systems simultaneously, tethered to Earth's pulse like a hunter on a leash. Others say Earth is more. That Deliverance was just one of 7. And perhaps the most chilling realization of all came not from military experts, but from a linguist who studied Earth's single message. This is Earth's final response. Final, meaning this wasn't escalation. This was Earth's idea of restraint. And that was the day the galaxy screamed in terror. Not because they were attacked, but because they finally understood just what Earth had been holding back.